Hello everyone. I hope you guys are doing well. In today's lecture, we are going to start with the biogeographic zones of India. So, biogeography means the phytogeography and the zoogeography. Phytogeography means the distribution of plants according to the geographical location. And zoogeography means distribution of animals according to the geographical zones. फॉर एग्जाम्पल किसी पर्टिकुलर जियोग्राफिकल रीजन में कौन कौन सी प्लांट्स और एनिमल्स की स्पीशीज प्रेजेंट हैं इट इज नोन एज बायो जियोग्राफिकल जोनेशन इन इंडिया राइट so there are 10 biogeographical zones in India. The first is Trans-Himalayan zone, second is Himalayan zone, third is desert zone, fourth is semi-arid zone, fifth is Western Ghats, sixth is Deccan Plateau, seventh is Indo-Gangetic Plain, eighth is Northeastern Zone, ninth is coastal zones, and tenth is islands near the shoreline. So these are the 10 biogeographic zones of India. Let's see one by one in detail. So the first one, which is Trans-Himalayan Zone. The Trans-Himalayan Zone is a region of Himalayan ranges which is immediately north of it. The Trans-Himalayan region, with its sparse vegetation, has the richest wild sheep and goat community in the world. Snow leopard is also found here, and one migratory species of bird, black-necked crane, is also found here. And Trans-Himalayan zone includes the Himalayas of Jammu Kashmir and Ladakh. We can say the northwestern Himalayas comes in the Trans-Himalayan zone. Coming to the second biogeographical region of India, that is Himalayan zone. Himalayas are the young fold mountains and these are the youngest mountain chains in the world. Forests in Himalayan region are very dense and with the extensive growth of grass and evergreen tall trees. Here are few tree species which are found in Himalayan region such as oak tree, chestnut, conifers. Conifers includes cycas and pinus. These are the gymnosperms trees, right? Also pine trees and deodar. So these are the tree species which are found in Himalayan region. And here are few animal species such as mountain goats, wild sheep, shrews, panda, snow leopard, also found here. The next biogeographical zone is desert. This region consists of parts of Rajasthan, Kutch, Delhi, and parts of Gujarat. The climate here is very hot and dry summer, and also winters are cold. The rainfall is less than 70 centimeter. Here are few tree species which are found here. Plants are mostly xerophytic, which are adapted to survive in low water conditions. Babool, kikar, wild palm, and great Indian bustard, which is the heaviest flying bird, is highly endangered or its status is critically endangered. Is also found in this region. Apart from this, camels, wild asses, foxes, and snakes are also found in hot and arid parts of the desert. The next biogeographical zone is semi-arid zone. So these are the region where climate is partially arid or semi-arid and the rainfall is less than 20 inches every year. In semi-arid zone, thorn forest is found. So thorny shrubs, grasses, some bamboos are present in some regions and a few species of xerophytic herbs and ephemeral herbs are also found in semi-arid tract. Apart from this, few animal species like some birds, jackals, leopards, eagles, snakes, fox, buffaloes are also found in this region. Next is Western Ghat zone. Western Ghats, also known as Sahyadri Hills. This zone becomes very important because it is one of our biodiversity hotspot. So no doubt there is species diversity is very high. So it is well known for their rich and unique assemblage of flora and fauna. The varied climate and diverse topography creates a wide array of habitats that support unique sets of plants and animal species. Most of the Western Ghats endemic plants are associated with the evergreen forest. This range is home to at least 84 amphibian species, 16 bird species, 7 mammals, 1200 flowering plants, which are not found elsewhere in the world. It means these species are endemic in nature, right? Some of the critically endangered animal species also found here. For example, these are very important species: Malabar civet, lion-tailed macaque, Nilgiri tahar, Bengal tiger, Indian elephants, vulnerable Indian leopard, Nilgiri langur, and gaur. There are at least 16 species of birds which are endemic to Western Ghats. Some of these bird species are Nilgiri wood pigeon, Malabar grey hornbill, Malabar barbet, blue-winged parakeet, Nilgiri pipit, and white-billed tripi. Coming to the another zone, that is Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau is the large plateau in India which covers most of the southern part of the country. The climate of the region varies from semi-arid in the north to tropical in the most of the region, and it is having wet and dry seasons. These species are found here like four-horned antelope, chinkara, black buck, large gaur, wild buffalo, etc. Deccan Plateau is also very rich in minerals and precious stones. For example, these minerals are found here, such as coal, iron ore, asbestos, chromite, which is a ore of copper, mica, and kyanite. Coming to our another zone, that is Gangetic Plain zone, also known as Indo-Gangetic Plain. This region is also very important because it contains most of the fertile land of our country. Indo-Gangetic Plain, also known as Indus-Ganga Plain, and the North Indian River Plain. This region named after the Indus and Ganges, and it is having large amount of urban areas. It stretches westward from the combined delta of Brahmaputra River Valley and the Ganges River Valley and the Indus River Valley. The greater part of this plain is made up of alluvial soil, which is brought by these rivers Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra. So, the soil deposited by these three main rivers and their tributaries. The plain becomes progressively drier towards the west, where it incorporates the Great Indian Thar Desert. The trees belonging in this region are teak, sal, shisham, mahua, and khair. Indo-Gangetic zone were home to large number of animals, including Asian rhinoceros, elephants, gazelles, to leopards, Bengal tiger, Asiatic lions, muggers, crocodile, and river dolphin. These river dolphins found in the Ganga means fresh water and also declared as the national aquatic animal. So Gangetic dolphins are national aquatic animal which are found in the fresh water. Coming to the another zone, that is northeast zone. Northeastern zone is one of the richest flora region in the country and it is having several species like orchids, bamboos, ferns and other plants. And the wild relatives of cultivated plants are also found here such as banana, mango, citrus and pepper. So this is all about the northeastern zone. Coming to the coastal zone, India has coastline extending over 7,500 kilometers and the Indian coast vary in characteristic and structure. The west coast is narrow except around the Gulf of Cambay and Gulf of Kutch. In extreme south, however, it is somewhat wider along the South Sahyadri. Extensive deltas, which are formed by Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri, are also found in this region. Larger parts of the coastal plain are covered by the fertile soil on which different crops are grown. Rice is the main crop of these areas. So this is about the coastal zone. Coconut trees are grown here everywhere. Coconut and rubber are the main vegetation of the coastal areas. Coming to the 10th and last biogeographical zone, that is islands. Islands are very ecologically sensitive areas and there are two groups of island are found. The one is which is found in the Arabian Sea and the another is which is found in the Bay of Bengal. In Arabian Sea, there is Lakshadweep archipelago, which is a group of 33, no, 38 islands, and two of them are inhabited, Lakshadweep and Minicoy. In Bay of Bengal, Andaman and Nicobar is there. Actually, it is known as Andaman and Nicobar group of islands, and it is a group of almost 578 small islands. Most of them are not inhabited, right? So, Lakshadweep in the Arabian Sea have some of the best preserved evergreen forests of the India, and some of the islands are fringed with coral reefs. For example, in Andaman Nicobar, coral reefs are there. right? Many of them are covered with thick forest and some of them are highly dissected. So these are the all 10 biogeographical zones of India. I hope it is clear.